Alrighty, welcome back to IndigoSmokes Tarot and Astrology. I'm doing a reading for Aquarius. This is my second time doing this video. With the original, I just had issues with the uploading, and so I had to do it all from scratch, which is very disappointing because it was a really good reading. So hopefully some of the same energy will show itself for you, Aquarius, in this reading. This is for anyone with dominant Aquarius energy, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North, South Node Aquarians. This reading could resonate for you. I do have new questions and new spreads, so sometimes I will stop and look over to see what the questions are on my phone here. So if you hear my phone fumbling or something like that, it's because it probably went to sleep and I'm checking it. Other than that, let's just get straight in. I've already cleansed these cards, shuffled them. Half of the deck has been reversed, and we're just going to jump right into it. So, divine ancestors and guardian angels of the collective, please bring divine answers and insight for the collective of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North, and South Node. What energetic space is Aquarius in at this time? What energetic space is Aquarius in at this time? Also, this is a timeless reading, so whenever you stumble across it and it resonates, it's for you. What energetic space is Aquarius in at this time? Okay, I have the Four of Swords, Eight of Pentacles. They flipped over together. All right, so Aquarius, you may actually be if you're not like actively, resting, I do feel like you're taking like time to yourself and you're focused on, this could be self-improvement for some of you. For others of you, this could be you being focused on your coin. You could just be trying to master something right now. I do feel like your energy has withdrawn a little bit from your surroundings, from other people, and I feel like you're mostly just focused on yourself, whatever your craft is, whatever your goal is. I feel like that's where most of your energy is going. Even if it's self-improvement, like I said, I feel like your focus is exclusively on something that you're wanting to master, wanting to cultivate. And like I said, this could be finances, this could be work, this could be self-improvement, this could be something new that you've taken up learning or studying, anything along those lines. I feel like that's where most of your energy is going at this time. If you've been going through a lot mentally, emotionally, I do see you kind of taking a break and retreating just to regroup, which is good. So that's nice. This looks like mostly peaceful energy, I would say, or at the very least just calm. Even if you're to yourself and you're busy, I feel like you're kind of in your own zone right now. What is the overall message and guidance for Aquarius in this reading? What is the overall message and guidance for Aquarius in this reading? Okay. So we have the Six of Cups and the Reverse Devil card. Also, these flipped over together, and these are both, I think these are both numbers that come to 6. Okay, so balance, harmony is a very important energy and message for you. Whenever you stumble across this and it resonates, the Devil in reverse always has to do with breaking away from the things that hold you back and tie you down, leaving you restricted. The Six of Cups, it talks about the past, it talks about childhood, and I do feel like there's a lot of things that you could either be reflecting on about your past, Aquarius, or this could just be an energy of needing to break away from some things that you have strong ties to or a lot of history with. This could be, once again, the Four of Swords energy that you're retreating from, whether this is, a thought pattern, whether this is a relationship, a situation, whether this is just leaving behind childish ways. I do feel like there's something in regards to either your childhood or your past or something that you have a lot of history with. I do feel like there's something here that you're breaking away from. Or if not, this is the message that you're being guided to break away from it. Why is Aquarius feeling this Four of Swords, Eight of Pentacles energy? The Seven of Pentacles, planning, waiting. once again, I feel like you're putting a lot of your time, your energy, your money, your resources, etc. into something. Like I said, whether this is self-improvement for some of you, whether this is work or a financial related focus that you have, I feel like you are trying to get your ducks in a row and you're trying to plan things accordingly for the long term. I feel like you are laser focused on some kind of goal. And I feel like that's where all of your time, your energy, and your attention is going for the most part. What is this? And I feel like, yeah, you're waiting for the reward or the results from your hard work or your investment of time, energy, money, etc. But I do feel like you're definitely laser focused on this. What energy is on the horizon for Aquarius? I'm not taking that because I didn't get the question out. What energy is on the horizon for Aquarius? All right, we have the 10 of Wands and the 2 of Cups here. Okay. 10 of Wands. So more hard work, to be honest. I feel like you're in work mode, Aquarius, in some way, shape, or form. With the 2 of Cups here, being that, yeah, there's not a lot of cup energy here, so I'm not really thinking that most of this reading is talking about any kind of like emotional ties or relationship, although it could for some of you, because the 6 of Cups, it can talk about that, especially with the 2 of Cups being here. But as far as like what's on the horizon, I do feel like for some of you there could be like some kind of partnership, maybe a professional one that you could be establishing or reevaluating or working on the horizon outside of the financial or business aspect of what this could be. I do feel like on the horizon, I do feel like because you're so focused on, once again, whether this is self-improvement, whether this is improving the quality of your life through work, through your financial endeavors, I do feel like maybe on the horizon there could be like a connection, a partnership, a relationship that maybe is requiring too much work or that it feels burdensome to you. I do feel like that's something that's the theme or an energy that you may have to deal with in the future, because if this is a personal relationship or a partnership of some kind, I do feel like it's taken a lot of effort and a lot of energy, and it could feel burdensome for some of you. Outside of that, this could just be, you know, you working on improving whatever this partnership or connection is. For a lot of you, what's on the horizon is that a particular connection, partnership, relationship could feel like it's too much work. It could feel burdensome for you, and it could possibly feel like a distraction from what it is that you're, whatever goal it is that you are trying to accomplish and how you're trying to plan for your future. So it's going to be split. For some of you, this is you trying to make whatever this partnership is work. And then for others of you, you could just be feeling like this connection or this partnership or whatever it is just a little bit too much, and you want to focus your energy elsewhere. Hence why the overall guidance is the reverse devil and the 6 of Cups, which is to break away from that or distance yourself from it. Even if there's a lot of history there, a lot of comfort there, that could be what you are taking a break from, getting space from, or overall leaving behind or detaching from. So it's going to be split for some of you. For some of you, this is a business partnership that it's required a lot of work. You're working on it. You're improving it for the overall purpose of meeting your goals. If this is personal, for those of you where this is personal, once again, this is just some kind of partnership that feels like maybe it requires too much effort, or it's too draining, burdensome to deal with, and that could be, you know, something that you have to deal with in deciding whether you're going to continue with it or whether you're going to distance yourself from it. Give me one moment. My phone went to sleep over here, and I need to see what the next question is on my list. Okay. Before I do that, why is the 2 of Cups, 10 of Wands energy here? For what energy is on the horizon for Aquarius? Especially for those of you where the history of this connection or the history of this situation has been kind of restricting or unhealthy or heavy in some way, shape, or form. I definitely see you breaking ties with it. I definitely see you either working to change it or dropping it because it's too much of a burden or a drain on your energy, and it could be distracting you from either self-improvement or whatever it is that you're trying to do long term for your future, for your work, for your finances, etc. Clarifying this is the Page of Pentacles. So once again, I just feel like this is more work focused, more goal focused energy. I don't really feel like your personal relationships are going to be getting a lot of attention from you, a lot of energy. Like I said, I just feel like you're ultimately focused on other things, mainly yourself, your money, your work, your long-term future, whether or not it includes this partnership or this long-term situation that maybe you've been in. The Page of Pentacles talks about new beginnings. It talks about investment. It talks about, once again, being a student. So for some of you, you could really be trying to master a trade. You could be learning something, studying something, trying to master whatever your craft is, whatever this new goal is. I do feel like there's a lot of growth potential here. The Page of Pentacles talks about things that have the potential to grow and blossom into something that would be the Queen or King of Pentacles energy of the utmost security, stability, and prosperity. So I do feel like that's ultimately what you're trying to, work on and manifest, Aquarius. And like I said, for some of you, this Two of Cups energy it's a partnership, a professional business related partnership that maybe you could be embarking on in the future. Okay. And if it's not like an actual partnership as in with a person, it could be partnering with maybe a company, or this could just be you and whatever it is, whatever goal it is, whatever you're trying to manifest, the partnership, that could be what this Two of Cups is talking about. You connecting with a goal, a project, in a way where it's kind of like your other half, where it's like your baby. And this is, how people say their career, they're married to their career, they're married to their goals. It's kind of like that. So that could be what this energy is as well. If it's not talking about a literal person, a literal partnership, it could just be talking about you basically partnering up with your goals, this project, whatever your craft is, that kind of being the relationship that you're the most focused on in the near future. All right, what is going on subconsciously for Aquarius? What is going on subconsciously for Aquarius? The Sun. This could be subconsciously. You could have obviously, with the Sun card, it talks about joy, it talks about success, it talks about achievement. And obviously, like I said, I feel like that's what you're mostly focused on, what's going to make you happy, and what it is that you're wanting to accomplish. That seems to be like what's in alignment for you, both consciously and subconsciously. But also on top of that, the Sun card could also be talking about your subconscious needs, thoughts being illuminated and coming to the forefront for you. What is the Sun energy referring to subconsciously for Aquarius? Ooh. The Eight of Swords, the Emperor, the Empress. I'm going to put these back, but once again, things being illuminated because you either want to get out of, or you're trying to avoid feeling trapped. Like I said, this reverse devil here could definitely be a situation or a mentality or a habit or a situation that you just feel entrapped by, restricted by. And you could definitely subconsciously, this could be being illuminated for you and coming to the forefront of your conscious mind at this time. What you really need, what's really holding you back, that's definitely being illuminated. And I do feel like you're really just trying to get your life in order. And you're trying to really plan things out for the long term. Because if this is a relationship or a situation or a habit or a pattern that you've been stuck in for a while and it's left you feeling trapped, you're trying to not only get out of that, but ensure that you don't get back into this space again, ever. So, yeah. I just want one card. Can we clarify the Sun for what's going on subconsciously for Aquarius? Okay, the reverse Knight of Cups. So yeah, I feel like there's a lot and this is typical for Aquarius placements and strong Aquarius energy, where there's a lot that goes on underneath the surface. And I do feel like, once again, I feel like your deepest wants and desires and feelings are coming to the forefront for you, Aquarius, especially if you've been trying to avoid them or suppress them. I feel like they're making themselves known, them being your thoughts, your desires, your deepest needs. The reverse Knight of Cups, it can talk about just, it's a very emotional, moody energy. And for the Aquarius energy that I know, they don't really like to deal with that. And I feel like it seems like your subconscious is just making itself known, you know. And I feel like you're being forced to face or deal with a lot of different things at this time in regards to your inner world, outside of what it is that you're trying to achieve. I feel like there's a lot of emotional, spiritual things that could be coming to the forefront for you, Aquarius. Once again, that's what's being illuminated. That's what you're having to deal with. You see, am I getting anything else from this reverse Knight of Cups? And also, it's like the sun is illuminating, once again, what has kept you emotionally unfulfilled or unhappy, or maybe feeling like distance, whatever's been keeping you feeling distance from what makes you happy or what goal you're trying to accomplish, that's being illuminated. So any kind of blockage, any kind of restriction is probably, what's the word? Any kind of blockage or restriction is most likely shouting at you right now, because it's like you can't ignore it anymore. Whatever this is, whoever this is, whatever's been keeping you stuck or trapped, or, you know, stuck in a long-standing situation, or tied to just things that you've outgrown, I feel like that's being illuminated to the point where you can't ignore it anymore and you have to face it, because this is a blockage to not only your goals, but your emotional, spiritual fulfillment as well. What does Aquarius fear? What does Aquarius fear in regards to this energy or situation? What does Aquarius fear? The Nine of Cups, really? The Nine of Cups is actually a very happy card. So that's interesting. This is so cliche in the sense of people don't fear failure. They could fear success or they could fear finally being happy, maybe because it's like when you fear finally getting what you want, when you fear finally getting to a good place, it's like you're scared to embrace it. You're scared to get comfortable in that energy, because maybe you feel like it's going to be short-lived, or it's going to be taken away from you, or like as soon as you get happy, as soon as you get settled, here's some more shit. So while you do want whatever this is that you're working on, like I said, whether this is self-mastery, whether this is you achieving some kind of work or financial goal, obviously, consciously, even subconsciously, you want that. But there's also a fear of getting that, maybe once again because you fear it being taken away from you, or you fear it being too good to be true. Why is the Nine of Cups here as what Aquarius fears? Because the Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. So there's something about your wish being fulfilled that maybe you're hesitant about, because you don't feel like, it's like you feel like once you get to that point, and the Fool in reverse wanted to show itself, which is for me an Aquarius card, because this is Uranus energy for me. The reverse Fool talks about, you know, not having faith. It talks about being too afraid to take risks, being too scared to embark on the new, or to embrace the unknown. You know, when it's not talking about being foolish, when it's not talking about being naive or reckless, it's talking about having too much fear or baggage holding you back. And I do feel like that's what this Nine of Cups is representing as far as what you fear. You want what you want, but you also fear getting what you want, because you maybe feel like it's going to be too good to be true, or a false sense of security, because there's this unknown that's there. It's like, okay, once I get here, then what? Am I actually going to be happy? Is it going to be taken away from me? Once I solve this problem, is there going to be another problem? You know, that's kind of the energy that I'm getting from this Nine of Cups reverse full, where you're scared to step out on faith, where you're scared to step into the unknown, where you're scared to maybe let go of baggage, when you're maybe scared to confront yourself in that way. And the reverse Five of Cups keeps wanting to show itself. So I do feel like this is a part of your healing process. This is a part of your acceptance process. This is a part of your growth process, Aquarius. What does Aquarius want? Other than what's already here, what does Aquarius want? Clarify the reversed Hangman. What does Aquarius want out of this energy or situation? More Pentacles. Yes, like you just ultimately, Aquarius, I feel like you really want some sense of security, like, and this is reminiscent of the other Aquarius reading that I did. So I do like that some of this energy is coming back out. Once again, I feel like you don't want to feel stuck. You don't want to feel like you're in limbo. You want to feel free. You want stability. You want this security. You really want to accomplish whatever this goal is. Like I said, whether this is self-improvement, whether this is you trying to master a particular craft, whether this is you trying to meet a work, career, financial goal. I really feel like you feel that that's going to bring you a certain sense of stability. And I feel like you want that and you fear that at the same time. But you definitely don't want to feel stuck. I think you want to feel free. And I do feel like you have some internal things, some subconscious things that you have to deal with. Once again, a sense of maybe being afraid of the unknown, trying to prepare for the unknown, not having faith, having some personal, emotional, spiritual, subconscious baggage that you have to work through. But ultimately, it's like you're wanting tangible security, tangible stability. It's like you want to, this is like your form of self-protection to make sure that, you know, everything on a material, tangible level is good. You know, I feel like you're not going to be able to rest easy at night if you don't meet whatever this goal is. And I do feel like it has something to do with career or finances or self-improvement or something, some kind of craft you're trying to master. I feel like all of your eggs are in this basket and you really want this to work. And I do feel like this is a process that's spanning over a long period of time, whether this is something that you've been doing and this is like a slow build-up, what I'm getting. This looks like a slow build-up. And I do feel like you're going to meet your goal. I do. Because all of these Pentacle cards are in the upright. So I do feel like you're going to meet your goal. But I do think that there's something you have to tackle in the meantime as you're working on this. Because just with this Devil card in the reverse, I think the Eight of Swords showed itself in this reverse full card. This is really talking about there's some internal things, spiritual, emotional things that you have to work through. Your subconscious is trying to make a lot of things known to you at this time on an emotional and spiritual level. And I do feel like you have to tackle that. So I do feel like if these cards aren't already talking about self-improvement in and of itself, I feel like self-improvement will help you accomplish this goal as well. And I think I said this in the previous reading. It's okay for you to be focused on this material goal, whatever it is, but don't make sure you're taking care of your inner world too. Okay? The material and the spiritual are two sides of the same coin. You can't have one without the other, and you are a soul and a spirit before you ever incarnate into a body. And when you leave this body, you're still a spirit, you're still a soul. So make sure that in the process of you trying to get this, whatever this material goal is, make sure that you're not neglecting who you are on a spiritual, emotional, and soul level. Don't neglect that, because that'll be the thing that'll keep you feeling like there's something missing, or like you're not really happy, because you can meet this goal, but if you don't have the spiritual emotional reserve, if you haven't been filling your emotional spiritual cup, you'll still feel like something is missing because you didn't work on that part. And that's how you get, you know, people who have it all physically, but they are still not happy. They're still depressed because they have everything they could ever want materially, but emotionally, spiritually, they're void and something is missing. So try to make sure that you don't become that cliche Aquarius in the process of you getting this material goal, because I do see you meeting whatever this goal is. The reversed Hangman, I'm saying that because the reversed Hangman is it could be someone who is too much in their ego. It could be someone who's too resistant to seeing things from a new perspective, to surrendering to the process, which goes right back to that reverse Fool of not having faith, fearing the unknown, having too much baggage holding you back. So with that reversed Hangman, which is Pisces Neptune energy, about surrender and embracing new perspectives and going with the flow, don't neglect your spiritual side, please, because I do feel like it will undermine you accomplishing whatever this material goal is for you. So please make sure that as much as you're focused on this material goal, you're also focused on emotional and spiritual self-improvement. Okay, just make sure you have that balance, because that reversed Hangman can be very, very resistant to incorporating the spiritual. It can be very resistant to having faith, to embracing the unknown, and to surrendering to the process and taking that time out for oneself. So, not to get redundant, let me get to the next the next question. What is Aquarius expecting out of this situation? What is Aquarius expecting out of this energy or situation? I have the reverse Hermit. You have a lot of major arcana cards here too, so this is very significant for you. I do feel like, once again, I feel like this is a long-standing situation. Okay, this may be going through a lot of different phases, and like I said, I feel like this is slow, steady progress overall. But as far as what you're expecting, you have the reverse Hermit, the Ace of Cups. Okay, so once again, a lot more earth energy here, but we also have, once again, emotional, spiritual energy coming through. So what you're wanting out of this, obviously there's a certain sense of fulfillment that you're wanting, obviously. But with this Ace of Cups being here, even though this is coming out as what you expect out of the situation, obviously you expect fulfillment. That's what you want. But I feel like you expect this fulfillment without the inner work. Okay, I feel like you want this Ace of Cups, you want this new beginning, you want this sense of fulfillment, satisfaction, emotional happiness, you want that. But with the reverse Hermit being here, once again, this is another spiritual card in the reverse, and now we have the polarity in reverse, which is Pisces and Virgo. So both of these cards showing up in the reverse means that, once again, that inner work, those details are not being attended to. The reverse Hermit, to me, it can talk about someone who's very isolated, someone who could feel very lost, someone who could not be spiritually in tune with this process, their process, or their inner world, because the Hermit in the upright talks about introspection, soul searching, seeking wisdom, acting from wisdom, you know, healthy introspection, healthy time to self, healthy solitude to, you know, battle your demons, get insight from yourself, seeking guidance if needed. But when it goes into the reverse, there's more. That's more of an isolated, sad, disconnected energy for me. So that's why I'm saying I feel like you want this fulfillment, but you don't want to do the inner work that it takes to match this material work that you're doing. And like I said, I feel like if you don't do this inner work, you're going to meet this financial goal, you're going to meet this career goal, you're going to meet this, whatever this material goal is, but there's still going to be something missing because there's a certain part of yourself that you're neglecting. Okay. So once again, do not neglect your soul, your spiritual side for this material world, because even though I do see you accomplishing this material goal, whatever it is, it's still just material. You still can't take it with you when you leave. So ultimately, you are a soul, and you have to respect that. You have to honor that, or it will quite literally eat you up inside. Okay. Okay. What is the next step for Aquarius? In regards to this energy or situation, what is the next step for Aquarius? The next step. The reverse Ten of Cups. So once again, facing whatever emotional dysfunction this could be, whatever spiritual dysfunction this could be, facing whatever, going back to the Six of Cups, Two of Cups, if this is a personal relationship for some of you, having to face that, either having to work through it or having to detach from it. The reverse Ten of Cups are the things that leave you emotionally unfulfilled, sad, depressed. This is a broken dreams kind of thing. This is an unfulfilled, I'm not happy, I'm kind of sad, there's something missing. So having to face whatever that is for you, like I said, whether this is a physical partnership, relationship with another person, or whether this is you in your internal world, there's something here on an emotional, spiritual level that you have to face. What's the likely outcome of this energy and situation for Aquarius? Okay, likely outcome is 10. Okay, so now we have two 10s here. 10s are endings and new beginnings simultaneously. The reversed 10 of Swords, as the likely outcome, is getting over the mental, the internal blockages. Okay, getting over the past pains, the past failures, the past defeats. Getting over the repetitive, doubtful, negative thoughts that maybe you deal with or have dealt with in the past. Getting over that and embracing a new cycle, healing, getting over the worst. Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, getting over that. Getting over the things that hold you back, that keep you limited, that keep you sad, that keep you up at night, that keep you stuck in your head. This is about embracing a new cycle. The reverse 10 of Swords, it can talk about... it talks about the worst being over, but sometimes it can talk about being stuck in a certain, once again, a repetitive mental cycle, you know, where you're replaying your fears, you're replaying your doubts, you're replaying your failures, you're replaying or constantly taking yourself through the same turmoil. And there's a need to release that, there's a need to heal that, there's a need to overcome that, okay? Because this could be something that's been going on for a very long time for you. Like I said, whether this is connected to a relationship, whether this is just something that you've been battling since childhood or just for a very long time now. It's time to put this to rest, okay? But I do see a new cycle. I do see you getting over the worst, okay? Is there any additional guidance for Aquarius in regards to this energy or situation? Any additional guidance? Reverse King of Pentacles. Okay, this is the first Pentacles card that's in the reverse. Okay, so I'm glad this didn't come out as the outcome. So this isn't a contradiction to the upright Pentacles that I see here, but the reverse King of Pentacles is normally not in tune, once again, with his spiritual side. The reverse King of Pentacles can be someone who's greedy, who's overly materialistic, who is too focused on the 3D, to the point where he's disconnected from his truth, his self, his soul, his spirit, etc. He needs balance. Okay? This reverse King of Pentacles, sometimes it's a loss of material. Sometimes it's an excess of having all the material things that you want, but ultimately not being a whole, full, good person. In readings, I normally see the King of Pentacles as someone who can show up as greedy, selfish, over materialistic, overly indulgent, and ultimately disconnected from his true self. So I feel like this is a cautionary card of what you don't want to be, Aquarius. So make sure that you are not the King of Pentacles in reverse, okay? Any self-care guidance for Aquarius? Any self-care guidance for Aquarius in regards to this situation and energy? Any self-care guidance? Yeah, your mind can be your worst enemy a lot of the times, Aquarius. We now have the reverse 10 of Swords and the reverse 9 of Swords. So once again, taking care of your mind, mental health being a priority, spiritual health being a priority, making sure that those things are not neglected as you achieve things in this material world, okay? The reverse 9 of Swords, sometimes it can talk about sinking deeper into those negative or darker mental spaces, spiritual spaces. But both to me, the reverse 9 of Swords and the reverse 10 of Swords, they talk about, you know, being able to overcome that energy. Okay, so if this is a theme for you where stress or anxiety or doubt or negative thinking or past traumas or something that you're constantly dealing with, it's showing up here because you have to figure out another way to deal with that. Okay, for others of you where you're already out of this energy, this is a caution to make sure you don't sink back into this. Hence why, outside of you meeting this material goal or goals, whatever it is, your emotions, your spirit, your mentality keep coming into play. So just make sure that you take care of those things, okay? Yeah, bottom of the deck is the reverse Queen of Pentacles. You really have to make sure that you don't become a one-trick pony, one-sided, shallow in regards to your focus, okay? You are, I would say, about there's 3 to 4 aspects of you. You know, you have your physical, you have your mental, you have your emotional, you have your spiritual. Some people say the spirit and the soul are 2 different things, so that's up for debate, and that's honestly irrelevant. So I'm going to say spirit and soul as being a part of the same thing, just for the sake of this reading coming to a close. I don't want to get into that, but just make sure that you are honoring and feeding and nurturing all aspects of yourself, okay? All right, Aquarius, are there any other messages for Aquarius at this time? Parrot, okay. Be careful who you trust. The parrot is talking about someone. Ooh, I hate when that happens. We have bread, a period of prosperity and abundance. Like I said, I do feel like you're going to get what it is that you are trying to achieve materially, okay? There could be like someone new that you will be meeting. We have secret admirer here, okay? So there could be someone new. But I do feel like there could be like negative energy around you that you could be needing to protect yourself from. Bottom of the deck is take care, or there will be a loss of material wealth. Okay, so once again, just sometimes life or spirit, whatever you want to call it, has a way of kind of humbling you. If you're too focused on the material, it'll take it all away to force you to introspect. So you want to take care of your spirit, your soul, your emotions before it even gets to that point. Okay, Aquarius, give me 1 minute because these cards fell. Alright, and this is too many that fell, so I'm not going to read those. Are there any other messages Aquarius should hear? Boat, money or prosperity through an inheritance, winning or a windfall. So like I said, the material is, your hard work is going to reward you. It's going to show itself. Okay, that really seems like a given in this situation. Bottom of the deck is forest, muddled, unclear thinking. That definitely shows with the 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords, needing to overcome that. I feel like that's enough. And last but not least, any more messages for Aquarius? This reading has definitely gone on longer than the original and what I wanted, but I feel like it was necessary, so I'm not gonna. More messages for Aquarius. All right, we have 444. Okay, once again, this is spiritual energy. This is hard work being rewarded. This is you having spiritual help that you need to incorporate, rely on, acknowledge. We have soulmate, platonics. Like I said, you could have someone new coming into your life, or this 2 of Cups, this could be someone that's already in your life that could help you, but maybe, you know, like I said, this could just be some kind of connection that you need to deal with in a different way, that you need to work on. Or, you know, just someone new altogether coming into the picture. Any more messages for Aquarius? No, lower vibrational energies you need to be careful of. So definitely, I would say keep your circle small. Make sure that you can really trust people who are around you. Healing, recovery. That could be something that's being illuminated too with this reverse Nine of Cups. In your subconscious realm, maybe, you know, your subconscious, your intuition is trying to illuminate you that there could be someone who is not trustworthy around you as well. Healing, recovery, back to that Four of Swords energy. There is healing that's needed mentally, emotionally, spiritually. For some of you, maybe physically, but there's definitely some time to yourself that is needed. The Nine of Swords, Ten of Swords, reverse Ten of Cups energy, that's normally energy that you really have to take day by day and not ignore it, not run from it anymore. Intuition, yes, I do feel like your intuition is trying to kind of befriend you and work with you. So just make sure you're not ignoring that, Aquarius, okay? So this reading definitely went longer than I intended for it to, but I hope that it was helpful. I hope that it resonated. I'm glad that some of the same messages came out in this reading as the previous. Let me know what you think. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, leave comments if that's something that you feel so inclined to do. I appreciate any and all feedback, and I will speak to you, see you, talk to you soon in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.